Are we truly living in a football fever dream, Dolphins fans? Because the trade proposals for our quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, are not just coming fast and furious. They're getting progressively more outlandish, making us question if some analysts are watching the same NFL we are. Just when we thought the conversation couldn't get any wilder after the recent public outcry from our very own Uncle Luke, a new, equally head-scratching proposition has emerged, this time from a fantasy football analyst, suggesting a swap that has us scratching our heads and wondering, what exactly are they smoking out there in Seattle? The air around Tua Tagovailoa has been thick with speculation, and let's be honest, a fair bit of anxiety. After a dazzling 2023 season where he led the league in passing yards, the hopes were sky high. The massive contract extension, a staggering $212.4 million over 4 years with $167 million guaranteed through 2028, was supposed to solidify his place as our franchise cornerstone. But the 2024 season brought a disappointing regression, punctuated by the all-too-familiar specter of concussions and missed games. Then came week 1 of 2025, a performance against the Indianapolis Colts that was, by all measures, abysmal, leaving many fans feeling a familiar ache of frustration and doubt. This volatile cocktail of high expectations, recent struggles, and a looming contract has created a fertile ground for every kind of trade rumor imaginable, and the latest one, involving the Seattle Seahawks, truly takes the cake for audacity. You see, the Seattle Seahawks made a significant quarterback gamble this offseason, parting ways with Geno Smith and bringing in Sam Darnold. It's still early days, and judging the success of that move after just one game is premature, but the rumor mill in the Pacific Northwest is already churning. After a Week 1 loss to the 49ers, the whispers about Seattle potentially moving on from Darnold after a single season have grown louder. And it's in this climate that a fantasy football analyst, perhaps fueled by a potent blend of coffee and wishful thinking, cooked up a trade proposal that has reverberated all the way to South Florida. Here's the audacious deal on the table. The Seattle Seahawks would receive our starting quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. In return, the Miami Dolphins would acquire quarterback Sam Darnold, a 2026 first-round draft pick, a 2027 first-round draft pick, and a 2027 third-round draft pick. Now, let's dissect this, because with all due respect to the analyst, this package is, to put it mildly, extremely unbalanced. From the Dolphins' perspective, the immediate appeal would be the draft capital. 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick are undeniably valuable assets, the kind of capital that can reshape a franchise's future. Imagine the possibilities that 2 future first-rounders could open up for building around a new quarterback or bolstering other areas of need. That's the shiny lure in this particular fishing expedition. However, the other half of the equation for Miami is Sam Darnold. Darnold's career has been a roller coaster, marked by flashes of talent interspersed with periods of inconsistency. The proposal highlights his successful season in Minnesota, suggesting a potential upside. It also points to his relatively clean injury history, noting only a high ankle sprain in early 2022 and a bout of mononucleosis in 2019, a stark contrast to Tua's well-documented history of concussions. While Darnold might offer a different kind of stability from an injury perspective, the question remains, is he the quarterback who can elevate this Dolphins team to true contention? Is he the answer to the long-term questions that have plagued us, or would he simply be a lateral move, albeit one accompanied by significant draft picks? But let's flip the script and look at this from Seattle's vantage point, because this is where the proposal truly unravels into fantasy. The idea that the Seahawks would give up multiple first-round picks, a day 2 selection, and their current starting quarterback for another starting quarterback who is only 1 year younger is the kind of move that would, and should, get a general manager fired on the spot, unless the incoming quarterback represents a monumental, undeniable upgrade over the one being shipped out. Such a trade is simply illogical. The analyst suggests that Tua Tagovailoa might have a higher ceiling, but then immediately counters that by saying, after Darnold's successful season in Minnesota, that is definitely debatable. This internal contradiction within the proposal itself speaks volumes. If the perceived upgrade is debatable, then sacrificing 2 first-round picks and a third for is nothing short of organizational malpractice. Furthermore, the analysis points out that Seattle's offensive scheme isn't built for Tua's strengths. They lack the run-heavy, play-action focus attack that many believe best suits Tua's skill set. Combine that with Tua's significant injury history, and the idea of Seattle making such a lopsided trade becomes not just unappealing, but outright unviable for them. They would be acquiring a quarterback with durability concerns who doesn't perfectly fit their system, and giving up a king's ransom in the process. It simply doesn't add up for them, which means it's highly unlikely to ever materialize. For the Miami Dolphins, this proposal, while intriguing from a draft capital perspective, brings us back to the harsh realities of Tua Tagovailoa's contract. That $167 million guaranteed is not just a number. It's a monumental financial commitment. Trading Tua at this juncture, especially for a package that includes a quarterback who isn't a clear, undisputed upgrade, would trigger a dead cap hit that could cripple our financial flexibility for years. It would be a move born of panic, potentially plunging the franchise back into the kind of instability and dysfunction we've worked so hard to escape. We've seen the dangers of making rash, emotional decisions at the quarterback position, and they rarely lead to sustained success. The constant churn of trade rumors, whether from passionate fans or speculative analysts, highlights the precarious position the Dolphins find themselves in. It underscores the immense pressure on Tua to perform, to stay healthy, and to live up to the faith and financial investment placed in him. It also speaks to the desire of a fan base hungry for consistent, elite quarterback play. While this particular trade proposal might be a non-starter for both teams involved, it serves as a stark reminder of the intense scrutiny and the difficult decisions that lie ahead for our franchise. We need stability, not more speculative chaos. So, Dolphins fans, what's your take on this latest trade proposition? Is there any part of you that sees the appeal of those draft picks, even with Sam Darnold coming back? Or do you agree that this is just another fantasy, far removed from the reality of NFL team building? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the constant trade rumors are a distraction or a necessary conversation? And if you're as invested in the future of our Miami Dolphins as we are, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for all the latest news and analysis. We're navigating these choppy waters together, and your voice is an essential part of the journey.